So it's Friday morning, a very cold morning outside, so not venturing out to play with the spanners today. So instead I'm just getting Shannon's new engine ready for putting back in the bike. The top end is absolutely fine, piston is good, piston rings are good, top end is looking good there. What I'm doing this morning is just setting the valve clearances, which are inlet valve, exhaust valve. So the first thing to do was to take off these two caps. There's the first one, which came off there. The second little cap came off there. And you have to rotate your socket, which you can see attached to the ratchet, anti-clockwise, and line up this little T mark in there. You can just see it. That has to line up with this tiny little indentation there in the casing, which you can just about make out. That's the line up. Also, when that's lined up, just make sure that this line here lines up with the top of the barrel there, which, as you can see, it does. That's pretty much perfect. So we're going to start by adjusting the inlet valve, which is, we are going for, if I can get these zoomed in properly, struggling a little bit, just see that 0.07. So we're going to go for a range of 0.07 in there. If it needs adjusting, you slacken off the little lock nut and then put your screwdriver in the top there and screw it either way to adjust it. The exhaust valve is, you can see that one, 0.25 we're going for on that one. So that one will be the same, that will go in there. That has to fit in fairly tightly. It doesn't want to be loose, doesn't want to be too tight. We have to push the feeler gauge in. Just has to have a little bit of resistance. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this morning. When that is done, the rocker cover will go back on. That's the rocker cover. That goes back on the top here. And then this engine is pretty much ready for putting back in the bike, which is probably going to be after Christmas, when I'm in the mood to do it, to be honest. It's got a brand new front sprocket on the front as well. That's already fitted, a 14 tooth. On the other side of this engine, behind this casing here, I'm going to be taking this casing off, cleaning the little oil filter out, which sits in the bottom. Obviously draining the oil out first, and checking the clutch. While the engine's out, that will be easier because it's just easier access and in a better position for me to do it. So yeah, be checking the clutch on this bike. Whilst I'm stripping it down, I will probably put new clutch plates in, to be honest, whilst it's apart. There's no point in skipping things like that before the season starts, because you could only end up having problems when the season does start. So might as well get it done now. So yeah, this is a nice clean engine. It's a good engine, a low mileage one. So Shannon should certainly feel a difference with this engine. That is the plan. So yeah, let's get busy whilst we're in the warmth.